Pop, pop, pop. Hello, hello, good morning. Good morning. I think we're live. I'm pretty sure I say that absolutely every time that I jump on here. It's like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I'm still using this new software, so I'm trying different things out. And it seems to be working. Seems to be working all right. I think. Like on my screen, I've got two views of what the camera's seeing, and I'm not sure whether one's live or not. It's a laugh. It's a laugh. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Who have we got in chat? If you're a regular, say hi. If you are not a regular, welcome. Hello. My name is George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer back in August 2024. And I am sharing that journey here on YouTube, sharing how to adjust our minds, our psychology into seeing and perceiving these tests, these challenges, this shit that lands on our lap, as a good thing, as a lesson, as a way of it serving us. Like, how does it serve us in a way that we can benefit from, rather than just rolling up into a ball and kind of playing victim, really. And victim mode is not a healthy place to be in, both psychologically and physiologically, has knock-on effects. But if you are new, hello, welcome. If you have any questions whatsoever, absolutely anything and everything, chuck them in the chat. I will try and answer them to the best of my ability. I am an open book. Absolutely anything you want to know, just throw it my way. I'm more than happy. Even the dark questions, whatever you got, I love it. Mundo, good morning. Hi George. I won't be able to make it to this one, but just wanted to say hi and congratulations on George's battle plan. You got this. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Yeah, George's battle plan is in full swing now. It is game on. Yesterday, I had my first MRI since my surgery back in October, and I must say, I feel like shit. They give you a contrast, like they inject you with this like white, gunky, fluidy looking stuff. And it's called gadolinium. It's a heavy metal. There's a few other things in there, aluminium, some pretty nasty stuff. But they inject you with it, and then that obviously works around your bloodstream. And cancer cells really love it. They like suck it right on up. And what's really beneficial is that then shows up with a lot more clarity, a lot more detail in MRI scans. It interacts with the MRI, so it's really good to be able to find detail, but it's not the nicest stuff to have running in your system, especially the aluminium crosses blood-brain barrier. And having spoken to them a number of times about this, they say that there is some evidence that shows that the gadolinium, the aluminium, a couple other things do kind of, what's the word? They end up in your cells and they just kind of stay there. The vast majority of it, your kidneys just flush out and you get out in the system within 24, 48 hours. But for me, it makes me feel so rough. Like, so rough. As they inject it, within about 30 seconds, I get this flush of nausea, like real intense nausea. And then I get like, I can taste it, which is really odd. Really odd that you can taste it's got a very specific smell to it, and then I can taste it, almost metallic-y taste, but it's manageable. The nausea maybe stays with me for 5 minutes or so, and by that time I'm pretty much out the other side of the MRI, and the bit is after. See you later, anyone on here? The bit after is, for me, is nasty. Most people are absolutely fine. For me, for some reason, my body doesn't enjoy it to the extent that I hoped it would. But I just feel whacked. Like yesterday I slept a lot. I had no energy, just lethargic, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to talk to anyone, kind of headachy. A bit like the flu, like having hot flushes as well. Really odd. Really odd. But I think I'm out the other side of that now. Still a little bit groggy this morning, so if I'm a little bit groggy, that'll be why. Wow, Windy, hello again. Welcome. And how are you today? How is life? Ooh, is this fluid toxic? So that's a hard one, because the vast majority of people are absolutely fine with it and the body gets rid of it within, like I said, 48 hours. The reality is that, like, they're heavy metals, so they're not ideal to have in your system. They can cause a cascade of issues, but for most people it's absolutely fine. It's like, so perfect example would be the apple pips, the seeds, have trace amounts of cyanide. So you have that in a high enough dose, you eat enough apple seeds, like by the handful, then there's a good chance that that would be toxic for you and it wouldn't be a fun day. But, you can get away with smaller amounts. And for me, the risks outweigh the benefits for having it in my scan, right? So I can really, to the point, see exactly what's going on in there. Whereas if I didn't have it, which would be nice, then yeah, I wouldn't have that detail to work with in terms of moving forward with treatments, that sort of thing. But yeah, good question. Hello, people joining in. Good morning. Yeah, my name's George. If you're new, I have some regulars here already. Wenjo, wow. Yeah, if you don't know me, I'm George, diagnosed with brain cancer back in August 2024, and I am here kind of chatting it out with people. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you want to learn something, or you've got a family member, or want suggestions, recommendations, throw them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer anything and everything. It's great to have you here. Man, okay, let's have a look. Fear not, my friend, I really feel like energy all over the world. It's quite heavy and downtrodden. Do you know, I've had the same thought. Yesterday morning, I was thinking, whilst I was in my little dark, not particularly happy state, following the scan, I had the thought that, yeah, it just feels like there's this looming general negativity in life, at least the people that I interact with. There's obviously people who are really, really happy, bouncy off the ceiling, and very, very content with life. But yeah, it feels like, deeply feels like there's something looming that people are just unsure. And maybe that's partially because of the news and all of these crazy things going on around the world. Ukraine, America's going a little bit interesting. I won't get into the politics side of things, but yeah, it's how do I put it? I think because we tend to be hammered with negative news, whether that's from like news outlets on TV or whatever, or in particular these days, social media, it's not natural for us, right? Thousands of years ago, we weren't exposed to these constant negatives. We were in a smaller society. Their estimates is like we'd only really know deeply about 100 people, and that's who we'd work with socially. Whereas now, like Facebook in particular, this network of showing who you are and receiving information from others who you'd never come into contact with, you'd never have that life with, I really feel is really damaging for us. It's one of those things where we, the repeated thoughts becomes our identity, right? So to have these repeated hits of this is going on, a million are dead in wherever it is, it's got to play something in your head, it's got to start bringing this general way of perceiving the world into this darker place. Maybe that's it, my Joe. Who knows? I mean, what do you think? Is that similar to your thoughts? Windy apple seeds, blimey, I didn't know that. I was ticked up bananas. Yeah, so with the diet that I'm on for this cancer stuff that's going on, I haven't had a banana in like, I don't know, two and a bit years now, something like that. Long time. It's really sad because I can't really remember what things taste like, but I have a drive to eat them. In fact, the only fruit I have had since being diagnosed was a very small handful of blueberries. It's it was magical. It was near orgasmic. I'm not gonna lie. The taste when you haven't tasted sweet stuff for so long is just phenomenal. It triggers something in the amygdala, like the limbic systems, like the real primal. Oh my god, I need it. The moment it hits your tongue and you're like, oh, this is tasty. It's like something switches in there, some biological thing that goes, eat all of it. Just eat it. It's really odd, really odd. And that's fascinating when you look into the physiology. So when we consume sugars, glucose, with carbohydrate, our body kind of swaps. And I'm not an expert in this, so I may get it wrong. And there'll be somebody out there who's like, oh, he's got it wrong. Which is fair enough. We don't know everything. I'm here to learn, as are you. But when you have glucose and decent amount of carbohydrate, calories, your body tends to throw that into fat stores. And that whole idea, really, evolutionarily, is to get us through winter. So just before winter hits, you get the harvest, right? You get all of the nuts, so high fat, calorie dense, and then you get all of the fruits at the same time. So eating those combined throws your energy into fat stores rather than into usage right here and now. I find that sort of stuff really interesting. Really, really interesting. Collective dread. It's never a good thing. I'll stay positive with you, friend. Wenjo, welcome. Yeah. We have a choice, right? Yes, things are interesting around the world. There are some sad things going on. The reality, and something that I try and look at it with, is they have done since the beginning of time. That is, I mean, you look at the circle of life. That in itself is pretty horrendous, but also equally has led to many good things. And when we cross the Great Divide and we head on to the next journey of our lives, then those perceived negatives are going to keep going. That is part of the circle of life. You've got to have that negative and the positive to find balance. We can't all just live in the positive all the time, because something will come and test us, something will challenge us. So really it's acceptance. It's like, okay, this is purely it. It is just experience. It's nothing necessarily right, wrong, broken, needs like fixing or sorting. If you just accept it for what it is, then it removes that weight that we build upon ourselves. And in doing so, we find peace with existence, just as it is, just as it's going. If you are new, looking in and trying to work out what's going on, I'm George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer, and I'm sharing that on here. The regulars here must be getting a little bit tired of me saying that, but trying to keep people involved. Also, question for you guys: do you like this setup? So I managed to get a new cable for my camera, so it should be better quality than it has been, because it was just running on 720p. And then now it's up to HD 1080. So I'm just intrigued. And then also the lighting. I'm interested to see if it's decent for you guys on the other end. I'd appreciate that. Gail, hello. I agree, George. I've got to the stage where I don't watch the news or read papers or look online anymore. It's all too depressing. Better staying. It's scary. It's just scary. There's nothing deeper than that. It's terrifying. And really, I always go back to the further from nature we go, further from nature we get, the more problems we tend to find. And that swings everything from environmental side of things, psychological, socially, you name it. The further from our natural default we get, generally the more problems you'll find. And I would challenge you to find something that doesn't have that connection. So naturally we wouldn't be getting hit with those or the depth of negative news as constantly. We get bad news come along, like great aunt Jodie's died within the tribe. Okay, that will be awful. But equally, it's not a regular occurrence, right? It's not something that we wake up and the first thing we do is we sit online, which is awful. I always like to say sun before screen. Get out of bed, go and see the sun, get out there before you start looking at the feed. And that is what it is. It's like force feeding, right? You're on social media and you are being force fed stuff that you're not choosing to look for, right? It is being fed upon you. And who knows who's feeding that to you? One thing to look out for: if you have got Facebook and you are on Facebook and you're just scrolling, have a look at how much of it is advertising now. Have a look. It's like every 2 or 3 posts. It's not actually your social network anymore. It is purely an advertising system. Scary, really. Scary. Wenjo, looks great. Very warm and inviting. Awesome. That is the vibe I was going for. It's just like tea with George. Let's talk battle plans. Let's do stuff. And is the audio okay? Are you hearing like a feedback from it? Or is it pretty clear? It's not tinny, anything like that? Because I'm just trying to upgrade how I'm doing things, you know. Let's have a look at some more comments. Thank you for the comments, guys. Feel free to ask any questions, queries, mumbles, grumbles, whatever. Chuck it in there. I'm happy to chat. Let's get Cameron. I was waiting to see your name. Thank you for your message, bro. I haven't had a chance to properly look into it. I have not been feeling very well the last couple of days post MRI, so I'm just been struggling to catch up with everything and anything. But I get so many messages. It's really lovely, and I'm trying to help everyone in some way, in whatever which way I can. Especially those that come to me with problems or suggestions or recommendations. It's lovely. It's really lovely. Okay, this is my little brother George. How you doing, my dear friend? So proud of you for getting to 3K. You deserve it, my dude. So I don't even know how to describe what it's like. You might have seen one of my videos, but I set out to pretty much, I thought within the first year I'd get to hopefully 500 subscribers, because I'd done some research, right? And I was like, well, it seems like the vast majority of people starting YouTube, some people it's like 5-10 years before they reach 1,000 subscribers. So I didn't go in with a particularly grand plat of this is gonna be crazy, but a year in to have, just over a year in now, a year and a month, to have 3,000 subscribers just blows my mind. Like 3,000 people who have watched a video and gone, yeah, I like this stuff, I'm going to follow along. What? I'd like to think of 3,000 people in a stadium, or to just have them in a field in front of you. That's mind-boggling numbers. But yeah, thank you guys. If you are subscribed, hello. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And I'm really excited to see where this channel goes and like where it flows, what's going on. I need to start producing more like educational videos. That's the direction I want to go in, I think. The more in-depth side of things, something that provides real value for people who are maybe going through a challenge and might need, or maybe looking for something to kind of keep their head afloat, keep above water, and just have a tool or information to be able to navigate life and all that it offers to us. So thank you. Bro, so much advertising, but most of my feed is usually food, puppies, and sport. Well, I suppose there's worse things that could be on your feed. It could be on your feed. The one, I don't know if you get this, but every now and again, not that I really use social media very much to like pacify. It's far more to do with business for me these days, and mostly like Messenger or like WhatsApp, just chatting to family, friends and family to stay in touch. Obviously being in New Zealand is a little way from everyone that I know in the UK. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought there, didn't I? I was saying something. Oh yeah, like worse things. I randomly, ages ago, was scrolling. This is when I was addicted to it. Scrolling, and it like there was this random video, awful video of some shooting somewhere. Yeah, like in a Saudi Arabia, like a Middle Eastern sort of area. Yeah. And I was like, why? Why is that on here? What's the point? Okay, let's have a look through these comments. Audio and visual is fine, my friend. Good. Okay, that's really good to know. Thank you. Really good to know. No offense at all. You've got a lot to deal with. It's it's a challenge at the minute, but it's not unworkable. Oh, my camera says it's gonna die. Stand by, guys. I gotta get this plugged in. Oh shit. This is not ideal. If I disappear, you know why. I don't know what's going on with this camera. It's... Are we still on? Are we still on? It's all a lesson, guys. And you just gotta swing with it. Just gotta swing with it. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see, we've got some more comments. Will you be going on holiday, George? Yes, I will be going on holiday. Annalise and I have been talking about maybe going to Fiji for a week, which would be really lovely, in New Zealand winter. We're also talking about going to a place called Hahe, which is in the Coromandel Peninsula. Beautiful areas. We might go and do a little camping trip there for a few days. Yeah, just kind of going with the flow, really. And yes, hello, hi, good. I'm glad it's working. But yeah, maybe we'll take it easy. Take it easy. I think at least the next couple of days, I'm not going to be pushing myself too hard. I do feel pretty rough, and I have been getting a lot of these episodes. A lot of these partial seizures, which are not all that fun. Not all that fun, but they're workable. Moment of tolerable stress. Moment of tolerable stress. One thing I did want to show you guys, talking about the whole social media side of things. There is a fantastic app that I use called Indistractable. Don't know if you've come across it. It pretty much turns your phone, I'll show you, into a really dumb, like, boring phone. So I actually have two phones because I am onto my new phone now, but I need to download it. So it looks like this. So all you've got is your home screen, and then you can choose 3 apps that are your main, like, go-to ones. And then if you just swipe across, then you've got your menu, and you have to go and find what you want to open. It's all black and white, very, very simple. And the cool bit is that when you open an app that is some sort of social media type app, it'll ask you, how long do you want to spend on the app? And you have to choose one, and it's like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then when it gets to the end of that time, it just throws you out the app. So it breaks the addiction cycle, right? Of one, things being hyper engaging, so really colourful, loads of video content, constant dopamine hits. But also it makes it a challenge for you to use it. And so by breaking that cycle, eventually you stop kind of going to it as a pacifier, you know, to fill the boredom that we kind of get. Yeah, really, really useful, really useful. It's amazing to step away from it. You don't realize the addiction. There's a really interesting experiment that was done quite a while ago. I want to say it was in the 70s. I believe his name was Skinner. I think it's called the Skinner's box. I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's Skinner's box. And Skinner's box. It was an experiment. Yeah, Skinner's box. Skinner box experiment. So this was an experiment. What they had is a box, and in the box there was a little button, right? Oh, wait. I'll answer Cameron's question. Already asked yes, but that's fine, my bro. That's fine. I'm doing all right. Last week I was being hit heavy with the partial seizures, a lot. Like I was having 2-3 a week, and then I was getting 10-15 a day. Lighter, like they're not as intense, but still draining. And then they have, in the last 3 days, started to subside. So I'm taking things easy, but still relatively tired. And they're so mild now. You guys may not know, but since I started the stream, I've had 2. I can kind of run through them this time. But thank you for asking, Cameron. I really appreciate it. Skinner's box. So it's like a box. Inside is a switch, a button. And what he would do is he'd put a rat in there, right? And the rat would go searching around inside the box. And it comes along to this lever, he touches it, or whatever it is, button. And he touches it, and this little nugget of food rolls into the box, and he eats it, and he goes, no. It goes and touches it again, and another nugget of food comes in, and so he starts to go, oh, wow, okay, well, this is kind of, this is great, so I'm going to keep pressing the button, press the button, and eventually he's like, okay, well, I know that every time I press that, I'm going to get some food, so I'll just press it when I'm hungry. That'll do me. Cool. So you take the rat out. That's rat number 1. Rat number 2 puts on into the box, and every time it goes and touches the button, nothing happens. No food, nothing. And so it keeps on touching it. Nah, cool. There's no point in touching that. It's dead anyway. So eventually it just stops. Right? It's like, well, there's no reward for doing it, and we're reward based. So are they. So he's like, cool. So he just stops touching the button. Same kind of as the first one. The first one's got a bit of control over it. The third rat, and this is where it gets really interesting. So third rat gets put into the box, presses the button, and out rolls a piece of food. But this time, every time it presses the button, there's a sort of 50-50 chance of whether food will come out. So you press it again, nothing comes out. Okay, a little bit annoying. Presses it again, one does come out. And what happens is, psychologically, is the rat basically doesn't know if it's going to get that reward, but it's looking for the reward because it still needs satiating. So it ends up with this addictive practice of just sitting there pressing the button, waiting for the food to come through, because it's like, I don't know. It's almost like gambling, right? Same kind of setup in the brain. So it forms this addictive pattern of just having to press the button constantly, right? It doesn't know if it is or isn't, so it's just going to not risk it, it's just going to do it. When you translate that into how we start to work with things like social media, especially with video content where you are scrolling, right? You're looking for that nugget of whatever it is. You're looking for that little piece of food, it's a news feed. We're looking for that feed, but sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're getting what we want to see, sometimes we don't. And so that tickles the same addictive thing of, if I scroll a little bit further, I might get to that next thing that gives me that dopamine hit, that gives me that rush, that fulfills that need. And I find that fascinating in that we are no different, really, to pretty much every other animal out there. Which is crazy. But amazing as well that we can see these things, we can learn from them, and then hopefully make a change, be the best version of ourselves and recognize our damaging behaviors, patterns, thoughts. But yeah, getting there. Right, people. Is there anything, any questions, queries, anything that you want to ask me? And I mean, go deep. I want the darkest questions you can think of. Hit me. And this is for 2 reasons. One, I think it's really good to be open and share what's going on and how I'm thinking about things. But also, I think it's really good for me to be able to look at these dark things. Like, yep. It's not good. Well, it's not ideal. There's good and bad don't really exist, but it's not ideal that this has been put onto my lap. But by seeing the bad things, recognizing them and accepting them and reframing them, helps me kind of move forwards with them and not sit and wallow in the negativity. Wendy, thank you for your comment. You remind me ever so slightly of either Prince William and Harry. Sorry, I was racking my brain as to who you remind me of. I will call you King John. Oh my god. Oh, so do you know? I've been told I'm a bit like Prince Harry a few times. I think it's the accent. Do you think it's the posh accent? Oh, yeah. I've been told a few times, but yeah, I don't think I don't have ginger hair, but I do get a big ginger beard if I let it grow out. Sometimes. I've just cut it this morning. It was a little bit bushier yesterday. But that's nice. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. Let's go with that. Prince Harry, Prince William. Yeah. I'll go with that. I'm not sure I'm a king though. Not yet. I don't think I ever will be. Brilliant connection there. They don't call it doom scrolling for nothing. Exactly, Cameron. Exactly. It is. Oh, like it is almost by its definition. It is antisocial media. It isn't. How does it benefit us? Like, really? There's no real connection there with people, and if we can kind of do stuff like this, man, this is so much more wholesome. We can do so much more with this than just sitting there and seeing what people want to show us. You know, they only show us the good stuff that they want us to see. Whereas, yeah, everyone has. You gotta have that dichotomy. You gotta have the good and the bad. You can't get away from it. Go in depth, you say. Cameron, what do you mean by that? Go in depth, you say. Hit me. One thing I was going to say is I really appreciate all the comments and like questions and things. Really helps get the channel out there, get the lives out there. It's good for the algorithm side of things. And I'm on a mission now that I've broken the 3,000 mark, which is, like I said before, mind-blowing. But now that I've broken that mark, I've got to put my next goal on. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I go a little bit further, aim for the stars. So even if you miss, you land on the moon, right? So I'm thinking maybe going for 10,000. What are your thoughts? Yeah, maybe I try and go for that. Or maybe, let's use the right language. I will. If you guys think that's doable. Who knows with this channel? I don't know whether there's only like 3,000 people in the entire world that actually want to watch. Who knows? Okay. Darren. Hello, Darren. Welcome back, mate. Hello. Hi, George. Have you thought about future... Can I do this? Can I... Oh my god. Does that do anything for you guys? I can pin a... Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm learning. This is good. Hi, George. Have you thought about the future if all the treatments don't work? Do you mean as in... Have I thought about what if I die? Is that kind of the crux of the question? Let's get to the depth. Let's go deep. I'll start with a softball question. Oh man, you seem slightly extroverted, and I offer my reasoning. And have you always been open with your life? Oh, that's a good question, Cameron. You always ask good questions. Okay. I have been told I'm extroverted. I think when I was younger, I used to be a lot more extroverted. I used to really love just people and being out and about and doing stuff. So you got introverted, extroverted, and then there's, what's it called? Testing my memory. I need to find this. I'll find it in a minute. So there is, and not many people know about it, but there is basically a definition for a person that is in between introverted and extroverted. So it's you're neither one or the other, but depending on the situation, the scenario, where you are, what's going on around you, your needle will move one way or the other. So you'll push more into the extroverted or introverted. So for me, when I'm doing things like this, or I'm at a gathering or a party or a barbecue or something, I sway far more towards the extroverted side of things. Very well, light is really a bit bumbly and bouncy and happy and just generally joyful. But certainly since my diagnosis, I think tend to now sway towards more the introverted side of things. I really enjoy just being kind of on myself, or with Annalise, or maybe with a couple of good friends. Just, yeah, enjoying reading. I started model making, like scale model making, new hobby. Thought I'd try it. Obviously, coming and doing these sort of things on my own, in a way, is introverted. But I think I'm one of these people that kind of sits pretty much straight in the middle. And people will move through their life, right? They're not necessarily always going to be extroverted or introverted. Yeah, really good question. Really good question. Yeah, really good question. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I've been told I'm generally extroverted, but I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. Yeah, so I had some more notes down here of things. I try and come to these with an idea of where I'm thinking of going with it. Unless you guys have any dying questions, I'm happy to do this and go down into the depths. I might answer Darren's question first, though. Let's pin that. So, Darren, if you're still here, let me know if you are. Otherwise, I'm just randomly answering questions. So, have a thought about the future if all the treatments don't work. To be honest, no. There have been points where I will move into the future mindset and the anxiety that comes along with those potentials. Excuse me, that was my tea coming back up. Man, I'm so disgusting. Yeah, so you get those. It's human, right? We're conditioned to plan for the future, to hope for the future, to try and live presently, but then also put some crops in the ground for what could be the future if we're still around, right? I try not to think about that too far down the line because it's not graspable, it's not tangible. There is nothing that like pegs in the ground that will happen for sure. So for me, it doesn't really bring too much value. And when I first was diagnosed, I started working with a mental performance coach. Highly recommend doing that. Amazing guy. And he asked me, we were working together, he asked me, right, George, what we're going to do in this session, and I meet with him pretty much every week online now, what we're going to do in this session is let's talk about those dark things. My camera battery's just died. Uh-oh. Guys, I don't know if you can still hear me. Very sorry. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but it's run out of battery. I need to sort this out. I will try and be back shortly. Oh, you can still hear me? Oh, man. Okay. That's good to know. I don't know what to do with my camera now because that is pretty rubbish. I don't know why it's dying on me because it did that on the first one we did. And I mean, it should be fine. But it's not. Weird. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. I'll answer these last couple of questions and then I will probably jump off because this is no good. I want you guys to be able to see me. Unless you're happy with me just chatting away. Okay, let's have a look. I appreciate you sharing that. I have quite a bit of social anxiety, although I love being around my friends, but I'm truly an introvert that easily connects with extroverts. That's interesting. It's really good that you've got that like awareness. You know, you're kind of, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. That's, yeah, very empowering. Very empowering. And I think I'm similar. I get quite a bit of social anxiety when I'm certainly, if I'm not feeling well. Maybe I've had, like the last couple of weeks, had a lot of seizures. If I'm not feeling well, then I'll go into those situations and kind of just want to sit in the corner and hide away. I don't want to talk to people. So maybe that's similar in that way. Wendy, do you have any moments where you think deeply about your diagnosis and think, sod it, I'm going to be positive, it won't be me? Yes. So that is a definitely daily, if not hourly, thought process for me. Like, yes, there are things that could happen to me based on potential futures that will probably not necessarily be as enjoyable as life is right now. But we have that choice, right? We don't have to play the victim. We can go, okay, well, yeah, there's potential here. What am I going to do to bring the fight? How can I take ownership of this? How can I take control of what I can control and move forward with it rather than, just rolling over? And so for me, I have almost like a mantra that, especially when I'm doing things in the morning like a cold shower, which I've spoken about in previous chats, every time I have a cold shower, I say I am strong, I am healthy, and I give my body permission to heal. And I will repeat that and repeat that and repeat that and repeat that and just keep on repeating it. Mainly because that ingrains those beliefs in me, that because I'm having those thoughts. And the big thing about it is when I'm saying it, I'm not just saying it, I'm really trying to feel the feelings. I'm trying to get the emotional response to those. Because when you have an emotional response, energy, emotion, it's those thoughts that then catalogue as such into your mind. So yeah, definitely, whenever I have those moments of, shit, this is really shit. Excuse my language. I just use swear words pretty liberally these days. I don't really care what other people think. So when I have those thoughts come through, you have to reframe it. And it's natural to have those thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not I'm not broken, doesn't need fixing. That is just what it is to be human. But the main thing is to look at it as purely a thought and then recognize, I don't have to think like that. Nah, I'm going to beat this. Exactly like you're saying. And that really stems down to where we find peace in life. It's where we find peace. Okay. Myself tried to be positive, but my operation caused me double vision, so I cope one eye now. Thanks, France. Darn. Okay, so double vision. That's got to be. It sounds quite challenging. Do you find it's like a problem for you in daily life? How do you navigate that? In your day to day. What's going on? Guys, I'm going to try this camera thing again because it's been charging a little bit. Let's see. Are we on? But we have basically no battery. What is going on with my camera, guys? What is going on today? This is not what I'd hoped for. Oh man, hold on. We've been having some tech issues. And now my tripod's not working either. I think today might be one of those days, where things just don't necessarily work as smoothly as I'd hoped. Man, I've been having, just my camera died. I don't know why, because it said it had battery, but suddenly it doesn't, and it's plugged in. So like, why? Just why? Maybe I should get a proper little webcam. Hopefully that would work a bit better. Yes. So where were we at? I am so foggy from all of these episodes, man. I can, yeah, just foggy. Lose my train of thoughts. Struggle to loop back to where I was. So Dave, a real fan, but hey, we support you like crazy, bro. Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate that. Really do. It's really, like, you guys have no idea how lovely it is to have you come back, like, each one, and be like, hey, let's keep following this guy and his journey with cancer. Like, it's so wholesome. It just makes my heart swell. It's, yeah, I don't know how to describe the feeling of having this little tribe following along on this crazy journey. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. You are amazing human beings, every single one of you, every single one. And I, like, the 3,000 thing, I still can't get. Like, what? That's crazy. My battery's died again. What's this about? Okay, guys, I don't know what's going on with my camera here. I'm sorry for it dying on you. Been on nearly an hour now, but I think because it's not happy, I will probably call that here for today. Yeah, if oh, we've got 9 people in here. Hello, people. Sorry, my camera keeps on dying on me for some reason. If you don't know who I am, I'm George. I was diagnosed with brain cancer in August 2024, and I'm sharing that journey. So if you want to come along for the ride, subscribe, duck and dive, all that sort of good shit. But we are, yeah, I think what I will do, team, is shut it down. But I will be back next week, as always, every Friday at this time. If you want to join in, come along. I chat about all things and everything, and if you have absolutely any questions whatsoever to do with cancer or like the mindset side of things, that's me. That's what I'm doing. Cameron, yeah, camera's not going to ruin my day. Don't you worry. There are far better, more interesting things to let my day be run by. Nah, it's just a camera. Ultimately, it's nice to just chat. Hey. We're told to not work to build up our wealth here in the world, but to work on building up our heavenly treasure. That can be hard to figure out, but I think that praying for a man, never. I like that. I really like that one, Joe. Thank you. Cameron, love you, George. Love you too, man. Yeah, I really, like I said, I really love that you are here. Like, every single one of you. Yeah, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And Darren, hello. Getting better with it now, but it's never like having 2 eyes, but both something different to cope with. That is very true. We all have our challenges, and we all, relatively speaking, have to work with them. So yeah, I can only imagine it does that. Yeah, it sounds very hard to work with, like on a day-to-day, especially with it being something that you are using near constantly, you know, from the moment you wake up to going to sleep. So that's got to be a real challenge. Yeah. Cameron, I do pray for you too, bro. If you don't mind me doing that. Brother, pray for whatever and whoever you want, my friend. It's only a good thing. Only a good thing. But yeah. Alrighty, team. I am going to jump off here. I'm going to try and work out what the hell's going on with my camera. And I will see you all next week. I will schedule it on YouTube, so you should be able to see it and set a little notification reminder of when I will be on. But yeah, love you all very much, team, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.